elections 2024, Adaklu residents are better off with NPP in power. And that's by the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Bawumia, who asserted that the people of Adaklu in the Volta region are better off with the NPP in government. Speaking during the third of his constituency targeted visit to the region, Dr. Bawumia emphasized the party's commitment to development and progress in the area. He highlighted that the NPP government has made significant investments in infrastructure in Adaklu compared to the previous administration led by the National Democratic Congress. You can see more on that on citynewsroom.com in case you want to read that article. Prof, I'm going to start with you, obviously, because we all know that Adaklu is actually an NDC stronghold. And how do you respond to Dr. Bawumia's remarks? And do you think NPP's effort truly or have truly benefited the community?
I don't even know why we had to discuss Adaklu or Bawumia visiting Adaklu in his statement. For me, it is not important.
Why?
As far as we are concerned. Whatever he said they have done in Adaklu, I don't think it's of relevance as far as happenings in the country is concerned.
So is Adaklu not important? It's not
I am not talking about the fact that development should not be sent there.
Yeah.
But it's about the person who is making that statement. Now, when you go to Google and you just Google the biggest liar in Ghana, it comes up as the vice president. And, you know, each time I keep wondering and asking myself, why should Google even pick that up? Why should it be in Google? But probably that is his trait. Look, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia told the people in Upper West region that one of his biggest achievements is the Kwalugu Dam. A non-existent project is his biggest achievement. So journalists decided to go to the field to see how big is this dam to be one of his biggest achievements. It turned out that not even a block was on top of each other. And they spent huge sums of money to indicate that they have constructed a dam. We went there was no dam. His Excellency Bawumia told Ghanaians that we do not need loans to construct our roads. When they came to power, this statement was made in 2016. When they came to power, they've been noted as one regime that borrowed the highest in the existence of Ghana. So where lies his principle and his credibility? He told us that when he comes, he will arrest the city from falling. The time he was making lectures from campuses to campuses, telling Ghanaians how bad the administration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was. The city was 3 cities, 80 pesos to $1. Today, as we are talking about 16.5 to $1. Where is His Excellency Bawumia? Where is he today? He's completely left his duty as the chairman of the economic management team, and he's now got into digitalization. So for me, I do not give any importance to anything he says in Adaklu, that they have developed Adaklu the most. Yes, Adaklu is part of Ghana, but Adaklu is not Ghana.
But Adaklu is an NDC stronghold.
Yes, but does not mean that NDC has not done anything in Adaklu. Look, when you talk about Ho Airport, Ho Airport is on Adaklu land. You talk about water. NDC sends the 5 district water development project, of which Adaklu is benefiting. We talk about the SHS in Adaklu. Mahama's regime started the free SHS. So the issue of NPP have developed Adaklu the most, We are talking about Ghana and the suffering of Ghanaians. Under their regime, we saw the worst form of human being pushed under the poverty line. That World Bank said what? Under their regime in 2022 alone, we had 850,000 Ghanaians being pushed down the poverty line under his regime. The regime that they promised that they were going to move from taxation to production, that we're all hoping that the economy will boom. We saw the worst form of economic crisis. Under their regime, we saw people who already have Sakura being given haircuts, people who have worked hard, saved their money. Their money have been denied them. They borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and went to the point of dipping their hands in the pocket of Ghanaians and taking money from Ghanaians. So how can we take such an individual as being serious? Look, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia goes around and keep claiming, and I keep asking myself, how can a vice president go to campaign and he's on stage telling the people that the time he's even saying he's holding the steer in which they have driven the car and we are in a ditch and he's holding the steer and start crying that they should give the steer to it. It's just again like a child that who is holding a full biscuit and you have taken just one biscuit out of the bulk of biscuit, and then the child is crying that no, I'm collecting my one biscuit. Meanwhile, the child is holding a whole box of biscuits. His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is holding the steer now. He should fix the economy. He should not go and be touting their achievement, because as far as we are concerned, we have not seen any achievement because of the amount of money they have borrowed. Look, and Cynthia Morrison,
you mean you've not seen anyone?
had even threatened them when they were saying that she's going to collect money and that she spent it. She threatened that if they dare her, she was going to open the Pandora box to show people how the money, the COVID money, was spent. And sadly, again, I talked about principle. They not being principled. Just yesterday, they tried to coerce Cynthia Morrison to come and take picture with their caucus leader, Apenyo Markins. And right away, they started splashing the pictures on social media platform, declaring Cynthia Morrison to have come back to the party. That was so shameful, trying to deceive the public using pictures. And this just tells again that these individuals have lacked credibility. Our economy is in shambles. And that is why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is saying that with a 24-hour economy, that will be the game changer to bring our economy back to where it is and to even move it forward. Because you will have one job, 3 people, 3 shifts. And that would help to reduce the unemployment that they took from 8.7 to now 14.7, almost 15. So we can say that His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, whatever he said, for us, we do not see it because they say one thing and we'll do another. Okay. And so the reality of the life of the people is what matters. And Ghanaians will go to the polls in 7th December, to vote in anger and to vote those people out, because for them, these 8 years, they have indeed, show us pepper. They've indeed made life difficult for us because, of course, our salary, everything in Ghana have kind of devalued. Okay, the lives are not better. Okay, so before
I let Lerato talk, you talked about what achievements have they brought to Adaklu. If you continue reading the article on citynewsroom.com, he said, we brought potable drinking water to Adaklu. We have built a youth resort center and a stadium here in Adaklu, and we have brought a district police command here in Adaklu. We have built a magistrate court just as we've done in every district, and we have built a magistrate court in Adangolo. We are building an Agenda 111 hospital right here in Adaklu. So those are some of the achievements that the NPP have actually brought to Adaklu. I don't know if you have anything to say about that, but before then, let's hear from Lerato. Lerato?
It's even strange that Doc said this morning and say that he doesn't even see why we are talking about development in Adaklu and all that. But I can appreciate her pain. I mean, if you've been lying to people for 32 years and now they are seeing the lights in Volta region, they are seeing that development is possible in their enclave. Dog has tried to contest for Central Tone a couple of times. This water project we are talking about benefits Central Tone too. It benefits, yes. Yes, it does. Check.
Check your facts.
Check.
Check
Doc,
your facts.
check.
Well.
It benefits Central Tone and Agotimi. So you can check. Check. Over 89,000 people are benefiting from this water. Over 95 communities are benefiting from this water alone. She's talking about the school. What is a school building when the children cannot go to school? The children, they are also benefiting for free SHS. Agenda 111, health is key. For 32 years, they've been voting for you, not a district hospital. But I can understand her pain with the sights and sounds. Chiefs from Volta region who hitherto would not even give a certain level of audience to a flag bearer of the new patriotic party because of the lies the NDC kept telling them. Today, they are talking about development. They are showing appreciation for what this government has done. Mm-hmm. The sword for this water project was cut in 2020 and commissioned in 2023 under Community Water and Sanitation Agency. So if the flag bearer of the new patriotic party, Dr. Bawumia, goes and makes this development a key issue, it is a key issue. It must be discussed. Because for 32 years, Volta region is still one of the poorest regions in this country. The highest percentage they've given us is what? They're always taking either 80-something% of the votes and all that. The NDC actually boasts with the votes they get from Volta region. Recently, their flag bearer went and was telling them how they should not vote for the NPP, how the NPP is making inroads in the Volta region. Let's even take the Volta region as a whole. The university that Professor Mills started, did they continue? No. Who finished it? It's Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia. Development is key. Development must touch, irrespective of the challenges we are facing. And they will go, their flag bearer will go to Harvard and attribute the fact of the economic crisis to COVID and all that. But come to Ghana, hoodwink is supported, hoodwink Ghanaians and say those economic challenges, the global crisis have nothing. Today, in the US election, inflation is an issue. Cost of living is an issue because of the blow, COVID, and all the other world issues dealt to all of us. So if developing countries are struggling, how much more underdeveloped countries?
So do you believe economic progress, like in regions like Adaklu, will actually shift political loyalty?
But it's not a matter of political loyalty. It's a matter of putting the facts there. And I'm reiterating what Doc said, that why should he be talking about? And this bit about Dr. Bawumia is the biggest, like, I mean, today, if I Google ChannelOne TV, everything is published will be there.
Will be there.
This is it. I just Googled what Doc said. Biggest liar in Ghana. What do you see? Everything is attributed to the NDC. Dr. Bawumia is the biggest liar in Ghana. Stephen Benier of NDC. Then you come, Kweku Boy, Margaret Anse Mago, all this.
So basically articles.
Basically, it's what they are trying to tell Ghanaians. It's not about Google. You are referencing Google, but it's not there.
Google.
But you go further down and see, John Mahama is the biggest liar in this in Ghana. Here's it. Also attributed to Chairman Woon to me.
Well, it's
you
not,
get it.
It's
So it's
all about the articles people are writing
exactly.
and SEOs
so if you
using
sit down
to push them.
and you make such statements, but who has been lying to the people of Adaklu? Who has championed the development of the people of Adaklu? It's obviously the new patriotic party. So if Dr. Bawumia goes there and makes development an issue, the development of the people there an issue, it's something we're talking about. Because for 32 years, they're not seeing portable water. And Doc's own constituency is benefiting from it. You get it? 89,000 plus people are benefiting. 95 communities. And you think it's not an issue we should talk about. They are not Ghanaians. You see, they've kept these people, they've kept them in the dark, telling them things that don't exist. Today, because of digitalization, I'm sure would have heard, some years back, would have heard Dr. Bawumia's trip. All these things that the chiefs are saying, all the appreciation the chiefs are showing, I'm sure would have heard it after a week or after how many weeks. But because of digitalization today, information is by the click of the button.
Okay.
Those things are there. I was waiting for Doc to say that the things that Dr. Bawumia said don't exist. She couldn't say it.
All right.
I was waiting for her to say that the things that Dr. Bawumia said don't exist.
In 1 minute before we end,
Yes.
I'll ask both of you this question. How important are rural areas like Adaklu in shaping the outcome of the 2024 general elections?
Look, what I tell most people when I move around, like I said, I've moved around a couple of constituencies. I've been to Nadoli, I've been to Wa West, Bole constituency, Salaga South constituency, a couple of constituencies. And one of the fundamental things, look, you may like your party, you may like the person who is contested, but look at your development. One of the key questions I asked them, today, when you go to the hospital with your national health insurance card, do they show you a long queue and a short queue for those who are paying? When a child is sick, who suffered? It's the woman. You get it? Today, when kids go to school, they eat. Even those who are not on the school feeding, get one hot meal a day. Today we have childhood cancers on health insurance. Today we have people getting dialysis on health insurance. Today, if you are an adult, once a year you get a full medical check. If we don't have health, how do we get the wealth? If anybody understands the burden of disease. So when a government comes in and is setting the fundamentals right, health and education, hitherto, you needed a relative who was contributing to SNIT to get a student loan to pursue tertiary education. Today, with your Ghana card and your admission letter, you can get that loan. Those are the things we are talking about. There are economic challenges. Today, growth is coming up. Inflation has reduced from 50-something to 20-something. Those are the issues we are talking about.
Prof, 1 minute. So how important are rural areas like Adaklu to the coming election?
It's very important. The rural areas are very important as far as the elections are concerned. And that is why the NDC policies have tailored also to these people. For example, the Adaklu and for that matter, Volta region, not just Volta region, but other parts of Ghana, the rural areas, most often farming activity takes place there. And that is why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is saying that for the farming communities, he would set up Farming Service Center. Farming Service Center is a center in which farm equipment will be located. So farmers that need services such as tractor, weedicide, pesticide, fertilizers can go there and secure these services in order to boost agriculture. He talks about establishment of factories depending on the commodity that is most grown in a particular area. So for example, you go to cashew production area like the Bono Ahafo region, that he will establish cashew processing factory, and this is to boost the economy of farmers that are engaged in cashew production. But I just want to also put on record that when we talk about development, we are not just, Lorato kept mentioning that Adaklu is not important, but we are talking about the hardship that Ghanaians are going through. Look, within this regime, I'm saying that Ghanaians have suffered most because when NDC was coming to power in 2016, they preached that under their watch we will see a lot of development. Where is the one district, one factory they are talking about? My community, I can't talk about any factory as she's being portrayed.
All right.
We are talking about one village, one dam. Just recently we saw, or we had drought crisis. And, you know, they want to go and share money to farmers in order to win the vote of farmers. But these farmers are very smart. They will not take that money to vote for you. So you can make all the propaganda, but it will not help you.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to Laratu Musa Saka, part of the NPP communications team, and Prof. Benedicta Yaira Fosumensa, who's also part of the NDC communications team. It has been a great morning and we've had a great conversation. Thank you for sending in your messages and thank you for staying tuned with us.